I just wanted to go over a few examples just to remind you of your circumference and area formulas. If you recall your circumference for a circle formula, circumference is equal to 2 pi times the radius, or you could use pi times the diameter. And your area formula is pi times the radius squared. So if I want the circumference of a circle that has a radius 5, well, that would just be 2 times pi times 5. I want this in exact form, so we're going to leave the pi. So what's 2 times 5? That's 10. So my answer is 10 pi. And then this is in inches because it's a circumference. And then if I want to find area is just pi times 5 squared. So we get 25 pi. And since it's area, that's going to be in inches squared. So let's find the radius now if I know the circumference is 106.4. So we know circumference formula, circumference equals 2 times pi times the radius. We know our circumference is 106.4, so I'm going to 106.4, plug it in for C, equals 2 times pi times the radius. So it's asking to the nearest whole number, so that means that we're going to divide both sides by 2 to move the 2 over, but we're also going to divide by pi to get the pi moved over here too. It's important when you stick this in a calculator, you put 2 pi in parentheses. So your calculator knows that you're dividing 106.4 by an entire 2 pi. When you're using 2 pi, there is a pi button on your calculator. It's the second button, and it's the caret button, which is below the clear button. So it's set to the nearest whole number, so radius is going to be approximately 17. And it didn't tell us what dimensions, inches, feet. So let's find the circumference of a circle that has a square inscribed in it. So we have a circle with a square inscribed inside of it. What happens is the distance from the center of the circle to each vertex, those are all going to be the radius of the circle. It says it has side lengths of 10. So I've got my triangle, or I've got my square, has side lengths of 10. So this is going to be 10, this is going to be 10, 10, and 10. We know this is a 45, 45, 90 triangle if I draw on the diagonal. So if those two sides are 10, then the length of the hypotenuse of that right triangle is going to be 10 square roots of 2. Well, that represents over here this, which is the diameter of the circle. So that's diameter. Diameter is equal to 10 square roots of 2. If I want to find the circumference is equal to pi times the diameter, which is 10 square roots of 2. Now there's no numbers I can multiply together because it's an exact form, so we don't want to type this in our calculator. So my answer is the circumference is, and I always write it like this, 10 pi square roots of 2. But to be honest, it doesn't matter what order you put it in. You could put your pi last. You could have wrote it as 10 square roots of 2 times pi. Or you could have left it like this, which is not really in proper form, but that's how it goes.